All right, let's take a look at number 3. So it says determine visually whether the graph is symmetric with respect to the x-axis, y-axis, or the origin. So remember that a graph that's symmetric to the y-axis, since this is our y-axis here, whatever we see on one side, we should expect to see reflected over the y-axis and appear on the other side. Anything that's symmetric to the x, maybe think of an example here, something like this. Well, we should expect to see that piece reflected over the x-axis, so something like that. Okay. So symmetric to the origin means lots of ways to think about it, but let's say you take a piece. Well, you want to imagine rotating that piece 180 degrees so that that piece will come over here. Okay, so half a circle, in other words, right? Half a circle. Now, a quick way to be able to recognize whether or not something is symmetric to the origin is to turn it upside down and see if it looks the same. So if I were to take this, this graph up here, right, that we on question number 3. And if I were to rotate this upside down, you know what, it'll probably be better if I screenshot a smaller piece of it. Okay, so let me go ahead and take this. There we go. Okay, so take a look at that, see how it looks right side up. So it's going down, it's got this little hump and it's going down to the right. Well, if I flip it upside down, you'll notice it looks exactly the same. So it's coming down, it goes back up and down to the right. So there's that 180 degree rotation on it. Okay, so if you have a piece of paper, you could easily turn it upside down and see if it looks exactly the same. Another way that you can do it is thinking of it as a double reflection. Reflection over the x and reflection over the y ends up being a 180 degree rotation. So let's say I were to take, let's start off with just this piece. If I were to reflect that over the x, it would look something like this. Then if I were to take that green piece and reflect it over the y-axis, then it would end up looking like this blue piece right here with an arrow on it, right? Okay, so a double reflection, once over the x and once over the y, will end up getting you, if it maps back onto the graph, then you know that you have symmetry to the origin. Okay, so lots of ways of looking at it as a 180 degree rotation, as a reflection over the x and the y, or if you flip your paper upside down, does it look exactly the same? So this is definitely going to be symmetric to the origin. So it's going to be a no for the x. Let me go back here. It's going to be a no for the x-axis. It's going to be a no for the y-axis, but it's going to be a yes to the origin. Okay. All right, so hopefully this helps you with example 3. Take care, you guys.